is a wonderful season as it ushers in warmer weather and fresh flowers. It's a time to get out of the house and enjoy the world as it comes alive again. Marveling in the rebirth of each spring can be incredibly healing and rewarding. Thinking about activities to help get us out of the house and enjoy these wonderful health benefits of the springtime can start with something as simple as a local garden tour. A garden tour gives us ways to not only enjoy the beauty of nature, but also to begin thinking about planning your own gardening, as we discussed in other episodes. Many tours are free in your community, and we invite you to join us as we take one such free tour.
My name's Ric McGee, and I'm giving a short tour of the Ashland Terrace Garden at 475 South Ashland Avenue. This is the official entrance to the garden. We've got brochures on the community here and garden brochures. And over here, we've got a mailbox with a hook that has scissors on it because this is a public cutting garden. So when people come into the garden, they can grab a pair of scissors. The price list is on this post, and basically what we do is charge 25 cents per stem. Anything is available to be cut except the roses, which are reserved for the residents. So only the residents can cut the roses. This is our main garden, and then a couple of years after we built this one, we added a second garden in the back for cutting. So we'll start out back there. So we'll go back to this back garden. And when folks come to cut flowers, they can grab a cut-off water bottle, which will fit in their car bottle holder, and get water in the bottle. And they've got their scissors, and they can cut flowers as they go. So this is our back garden. And any of the flowers in this garden can be picked except those that are grown for the monarch butterflies. We're a certified monarch way station. We have a sign on that back fence. So we prefer folks not to cut any of the Mexican butterfly weed or the just common butterfly weed that we've got back here. But anything else is okay. Because our residents' average age is 85 or older, we like to have some raised beds because, of course, as you get older, it's harder to bend over. So we have 4 raised beds here, and I believe we've got 6 out in the front garden. So the thing to do would be to take your scissors and your water bottle and cut whatever flowers you want, keeping track, of course, that every stem is 25 cents, which goes to maintain the garden. Back here we have more cutting flowers. This is something we just recently started growing. This is called Love in a Mist. The Latin name is Euphorbia marginata, which I have a hard time remembering. But this is a wonderful filler plant. You can cut this, put it in water, and it will last 2 or 3 weeks as a filler. So we're very happy with this plant. The plants over here, which you often see in the grocery store, are called Alstroemeria or Peruvian lily, and they last a couple of weeks in a vase. So they're a good plant to cut. Roses are everybody's flower of choice in the retirement community. And of course, when folks from outside come, they want to cut the roses, but we've asked that they not do that, and we reserve the roses for the residents. So they're really the only flowers that you cannot cut if you're from the neighborhood. And we have about 50 rose bushes. These raised beds contain several different things. These are herbs, and we sell herbs for 25 cents a small bunch. So we've got lots of basil and marjoram and parsley, chives, rosemary, mint, and thyme. And it looks like a dying dill. But we use these herbs in our kitchen, and they really make a difference. Over here are more cutting flowers. This is our little fairy garden for the kids in the neighborhood. They can come over and move things around in here. This is a cypress vine, which is very invasive, but we still grow it now and then because it's a hummingbird magnet. So you may see a hummingbird foot over here while we're doing our little tour. And this is a hyacinth bean, which is very popular in Lexington. We can go back around this way. And this area to the left has pretty much turned into a shade garden. We had a resident who died whose family wanted to remember her with something in the garden, so we set up a little shade garden over here on the left, and I'm adding to it as time goes on. The roses that we've planted predominantly are roses that I picked for fragrance. So when residents walk down the walkway, they can stop and smell a rose. And this one smells heavenly. And that seems to make a difference. And we've also got other plants within the garden that put off a nice odor. So it smells awfully nice here in the spring. This very large leafed plant is again invasive, but we had a huge space to cover. That's called a butterbur, common butterbur. And when it comes up in the spring, it comes up as a single stalk with a pink flower on it. And then over time, comes up and spreads. We've also got, of course, hostas in here. This is what you call sensitive fern, also invasive, but it makes a nice display because we've got another large area. This is called gooseneck loosestrife, invasive as well. I don't know if you should show this with all these invasive plants. And this is one of the favorite spots for all the kids in the neighborhood. This is our koi pond. Right now we have 5 koi and probably about a dozen goldfish. We had more goldfish and more koi, but they were recently attacked by a fairly young heron. So we use our little plastic heron to scare off any marauding herons, and he has to be moved every now and then so that the real herons know or think he's a real heron himself. This is our little hummingbird garden. We have 2 hummingbird feeders in this little garden, and around August they become pretty active. So not only do we have the flowers throughout the garden that they can visit, but these hummingbird feeders, and the water in these feeders is changed about every other day, so it's always fresh. That's pretty much this area, but this is a favorite spot to sit for residents.